What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. Wow, what a pleasure to be hanging out with you guys. How we looking? Pretty good. Just charged the battery on this thing. Where have I been? What have I been doing? Same old, man. Same old. You guys know the story. Every day. Work. Do what you gotta do. Bust it out, man. M-Addy? Maybe the M-Addy at 7 watts right now. Single coil. Some of my own juice, I call it Dream Catcher. Coming up pretty nice in here. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are probably shitting your pants. It's not 6. What did I say? 9 watts. People don't believe I was rocking that sucker at 15 watts on the video. I was rocking it at 15 watts. I couldn't resist, man. Griffin! You read the title, you know what we're talking about. The Griffin. Man, this is a hot topic lately. Had some time with it. I feel like I'm ready for a review. There's a build I really like in this thing. And everywhere I look, it's how do I work with nickel? Dude, so I'm going to keep banging out the nickel builds. I know I said like the last time it would probably be it. No, as long as there's a need for these videos, I'm going to keep doing them. The Griffin from Geek Vape. I know you've seen them around. Everybody's using it. Everybody's going crazy about this thing. It's got its issues. Nothing's perfect, though. It's got its issues for sure. But we're going to check it out. We're going to look in. We're going to dive down. Get all up close and personal with the entire thing. And, yeah, we're going to be doing a ni200 build in this today. So let's take it down and just get into this, man. Here we go. Come on. Let's go ahead and move you a little closer here. That's probably pretty good there. What do you think of the backdrop? Got a little mouse pad here. And I'm hoping that it will help with the focus. So here's the packaging, obviously really nice packaging. We can pop it right out. You know, on the back, it's got a little write-up here. Easy to build, Griffin features a 2-post velocity style deck with 2mm post holes, top filling, and juice flow control. Please rotate the tank to close lid. Okay, we'll get into all that. I'm going to tell you all about that. Nice packaging once again. Pop off the lid here. This is great for shipping-wise, you know? Bag of tricks, everything. You can run over this thing a few times actually with all these O-rings. Some extra hex key screws or grub screws, whatever you want to call them. Nice little bag of tricks here. Always a nice touch. Extra glass tank section. Not bad. Nice and smooth. As far as flame polishing or whatever they're doing, very smooth. No rough edges here. No crispity crunchity I can see. Not bad. Set that aside. Take away this adapter and the O-ring just for a second. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to work our way top to bottom. I'm going to close this. On the back, it's got a little rundown of what's in there. Griffin RTA, big hole drip tip, replacement glass tube, 510 drip tip adapter, and spare parts poly bag. It should say one bag of tricks. Bag of tricks. Alright. Take it down a little steeper here. And there we go. Spinning it around here. Engravings of Geek Vape on the top. Have the Griffin in there. I'm assuming that's a Griffin. Looks like a Griffin. Now you're seeing these gaps in here. It's because it's loosely put together. The reason it's loosely put together is because once you tighten this thing down, it's dang near impossible to get in here and get this off. With my unit, now this is the second unit I've owned. My unit, this one, is very, very tight. If you have hand issues, this is going to be a problem for you. Because it's a problem for me, it's going to be a problem for you. My other unit, not a problem at all. So they're hit and miss here. on the bottom, designed and manufactured by excuse me, Geek Vape B8659. Awesome. Let's start with the drip tip here. Now, with the Griffin, there's an adapter, and there's also this wide bore style drip tip. Nice wide bore, right? Dual O-ring, really nice. Nice fit, too. This isn't my preferred use of this. Speaking of drip tips, Trey Mink just released, I believe he's about to release a line of these on Mink Machine Mafia Facebook page. I'll put a link in the description to that. He's making some drip tips for these, so better mention that while we're at it. I don't use this much. What I use is the 510 adapter that comes with it. Now, the problem with this one is it won't go in with the 2 O-rings in there. Even lubing it up and everything, it will not go in. So I went ahead and I removed an O-ring. That's why this is here. I'm going to set this off to the side. Bring it up a little closer for you. There you go. Again, just remove the O-ring. That's just going to help me pop it in a little better. Grab one of my favorite tips here. O-ring facing downwards. Nice fit as always. Now, I like this. Why do I like this? Because it matches up a little better to the bore of the chimney. That's why I like it. Now, that's personal preference. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in. There we go. There we go. Nice, sits nice and flush in there as far as the adapter goes. Really nice and flush, and I'm happy about that. Nice and flush. Can't really see it in there, but it's still a little bigger, but it's a lot closer than the big one. That's just the way I like it. Here we go. Top fill. Check this out. Unscrew the top. Here's the top piece. I'm going to go ahead and spin that for you. Nice laser etching on here. Really nice. Clean. Very cleanly done. See inside. Nice work. Set that off to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and release this whole section. Again, I barely had it on there just to be able to take this off easy for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and dissect this thing completely. There we go. Everything comes to pieces here, so it's really nice for cleaning. That's where you're going to fill through the top. We'll go through filling technique near the end here. As long as I can keep it. There we go. Little, kind of a seal here, O-ring. That's what's going to protect the glass from the metal and really create a seal that makes it leak proof. I get no leaking from this thing at all. Like, it's going to be pretty hard to get any leaking whatsoever from this thing because it's like the Creus tank or Sirius tank, whatever you want to call it. You can close off the juice channels, which is nice, man. Cool. Set that off the side. Just like that. We've already taken a look at the glass section. The other one's just the same as the one I showed you. Nice, nice smooth finish on it. Now, this is what's pretty cool about the Griffin. This thing's pretty wide. Pretty dang wide. There's your juice flow holes right there. That's where your juice is going to go in and feed to your wicks. That Griffin, again, nice laser etching. It's clean, man. Can't complain about that. Nicely done. Now what's great about the Griffin here is how wide this is and how it sits on the deck. It gives you a ton of room to build with. I mean, a ton. Look at that. Somebody's saying they fit like a 7mm coil in there or something like that. I think it was Approved Vapor. Man, shout out to Approved Vapers, dude. I'm going to put a link to his video. Did a great showing on this tank, and I'm going to go ahead and link that. It's worth a look for sure. So don't just go off my word, man. There's lots of great reviewers out there you should totally be peeping on and getting all the info you can. You work hard for your money, dude. You should know what you're getting, you know? Check that out. Great. So lots of room to build in here. We're going to be doing a 3mm and it's going to have no problem fitting. No problem at all. Set this up to the side and then we'll reassemble and we'll get to building it. Now, the build deck. You know, the Velocity, Dino, and Cisco, you guys changed the game. They made history with this design. And I don't even know if they knew it at the time they were doing this. But they changed everything with this design of deck. It's functional. It's ridiculously easy to build. You can't ask for anything more. Give me a focus. So there we go. 2mm post holes. Hopefully you can get a good look there. It also has a ring right here. It comes right off. Now, from what I understand, it's not going to come off completely because I have the screws opened up. Let's see if I can finagle it. Probably not, no. Now, the idea behind this screw is it'll hold your cotton in place. So you can wick it, put this ring over it. At least what I gather. Screw it down and it'll hold your wicks in place in your channels. Which is cool. I leave it on. And I use this as for the wicking. I'm going to show you what I mean. Why I'll show you why I leave this on for my wicking, for the wicking portion of this video. Now, as you can see with the build deck, the raised kind of billow style, raised airflow pockets there, which is great, man. That's just going to further help reduce the leaking through the airflow holes. See that kind of step down design in the juice channels as well? That's great, man. That's about where you want your cotton. You pretty much just want it filling that top notch. Do you see that? I'm going to be talking about that notch later, so get a good look at it, because that's where I'm going, man. That's all I'm trying to put in there. That's all it needs. Pretty straight as far as the posts go, a little cockeyed on one. You know, can't really complain too much. Not too much. One more little spin here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. What I like about Geek Vape, let's do some assembling. What I like about Geek Vape is their designs. I'm a big fan of theirs. I am. For the price, I just don't, it's awesome. They're making really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I've been messing with the avocado. I'm having some weird issues with the avocado. We'll get into that into the review. I got a bunch of reviews coming up for you guys. It's going to be pretty cool. The avocado I still need some time with, but I'm telling you, I might review it quick just because of this issue I'm having is a big deal. A big deal to me. Let's go ahead and assemble this. Screw it right together. No problem. Nice and smooth. That went together effortlessly as I was blabbing away. Top section, let's go ahead and put that on too. It's always good practice to kind of, you know, when you go to put something on, don't put it on, just start screwing. Just put it on, back it up, it'll catch. When you feel it catch, there you go. And then go down. So it's nice and flush. Awesome. There's another look, better look at the bore size to the chimney size there. Little conical shape at the top there. That's really going to help promote the flavor. Great flavor off this thing. Alright, so that's all put together. We're set to build now. Let's grab a tenderfoot. Always the tenderfoot. Okay, everything adjusted here. Now you saw I have the eyelets open here. Wide open. Put you right in the spot there. Good. Okay, we can go ahead and build this. What do I have? I'm actually going to back it up, because I want to kind of talk about how I wind my nickel. I got 26 gauge ni200 from Humble, Wick, and Wire. I love this stuff. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing stuff. You pull some out. Make sure you grab a lot, man. I'm known to waste some wire here and there. I like more than what I need, because I like that extra length of lead to really pull down on this wire if I need to. 2 lengths of 26 gauge ni200, 3mm bit. So I want 10 wraps here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to show you. I'm just going to wrap it, but the thing is, I don't want a microcoil here. Just make sure it's spaced. It doesn't have to be perfect, just... You saw that. I just kind of went around. See how it looks? And all I'm going to do here is press it. Ready? And let off. Perfectly spaced every single time. You don't need a screw or anything like that. This works with Canthal too. This works with Nichrome. If you want to do space coils, it's that easy. I'm done. That's it. That's all it took. Let's do it again. I'm going to show you one more time. If I can grab it. There we go. 10 wraps. All you want to make sure is that they're not touching. See how they're not touching? There's kind of no rhyme or reason. And then just done. It's that easy. Straighten out your legs a little bit. Do a clip and you're ready to build. You're ready to go, man. No problem. Let's bring you back in. Nice and close. Awesome. I'm going to move this one here. We're going to do one at a time here. I'm going to thread it in. You want your top, the thing is with this, you have 4 holes, right? 4 holes. When you look at this, you have one lead going up, one lead going down. So what we want to do is the one going up, up. One going down, down. Just like that. That's it. That's what makes this so amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my driver in, and I'm pretty much going to rest it. My driver pretty much right against the post. I'm not worried about adjustments right here. I just want to get it kind of locked down. There we go. Just like that. And after I have it, another thing about Geek Vape is their tools. These Allen keys fit so good in their screws. Huge bonus. Huge bonus. I have not stripped one of their screws. If you have, man, let me know. But man, I'm telling you, these screws are the way it fits, can't beat it. Nice fit. This is why the Velocity Deck style is so popular. That's it. I'm done. Pull out the screen. There we go. Simple. I'm going to go ahead and clip now. Nice and close here. Nice and close there. Let's put in the other one. And they're not even yet. I mean, I'm going to do a little adjusting to these, and literally all I'm going to do is make sure that they're leveled out. They're nice and flat. Same thing. And because of the 2-post design, everything just slides right by the other coil. See how it just slid right by? I didn't have to mess with it at all. Spin it towards you a little bit. I'm kind of kneeling over to build this for you guys, so if it gets a little dark, I apologize. Spin that in just a little bit. There we go. Again, my driver's resting all the way against the posts. And I'm just going to tighten down. Nice and snug here. That's key to a good build with nickel, is you want a good snug contact with your screws. It's crucial. And spacing. Nice even spacing. Some like a wider spacing, some like tighter spacing, and I'm a big fan of this tighter spacing. Just, you know, I am not a lefty, bro. Killing it. There we go. Nice and snug. That's good. And I'll pull it out just like that. That's pretty much the build. Okay, when you get in here to clip your leads on these, make sure you're not clipping what you're not supposed to. Get in there, take your time. Perfect. So that's what we're working with right now. I'm going to back it up, just give it a good spin. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up, I'm going to look at it, and all I really want to make sure is a few things here. That the coils are about the same height, and they're pretty flat. That one needs to go up. On the same height. I want them nice and close. There we go. Put this on to the side. Nice and close to the post. This is how I've been liking it. A lot. It's about the same height. And they're pretty flat. See how they're flat? Great. Now that flatness may go away during the wicking, because I'm not going to fire this. I never fire my nickel belts. This is where I wick, man. Got some Muji Japanese cotton. The wicking portion. It's pretty easy to wick the Griffin. Pretty easy. It's pretty foolproof. The only thing that could go wrong here for you is over wicking it. You don't want cotton down in those juice channels. You don't want cotton down in here. Let's see if I can get the in here. You want it all right on top of this ring. So cut a couple pieces. Kind of gauge it out of just what you need. You want to try and keep your pieces though about the same size. You want real uniform wicking here. Because remember, you're going to put the lid on this thing and that's going to be it. And I went ahead and I cut myself a little point on my cotton just like that. It just gives me a little better point. And I'm just going to roll it like a spliff, man. You know? Not too tight. Make sure you pinch it at the top before you roll it down. Nice and easy. Alright, I want the cotton to be not too tight in there. You want all the coils feeling the cotton, but not so tight that you're dragging the there we go, that's great. I'm happy with that. Let's do it again. You want your think of like, you don't want gaps. You don't want gaps between your cotton and any of your coils, all the way from one side to the other with nickel. You want good contact there, but not super tight. I want you to watch how this goes in. It's great. Like, I'm really happy with that. Like, see how I can just, like that? I'm happy with that. So where do I clip it? We have it here. I'm going to just clip it about the end of the deck here. About the pretty much the total size of the base. That's where I'm going to start. Like that. At this point, I'm going to take it right off the tenderfoot stand here. Do a little cleanup on my work area. You know, it's always a good idea too to keep your tools clean. You know, whatever tools you're using when you're rebuilding and stuff like that, man, run them under the washer. You know, run them through under the sink once in a while. Get rid of this. It's definitely good. Oh my goodness, I cannot grab anything with this. Move my cotton out of the way. Give me tweezers here to grab this stuff. I have these big old thick chunky fingers, man. Alright, so here we go. We're sitting like this. Now what I want to do is when I go like this, see how the cotton's way too long? I want to trim it up a little more. I just want to take it off little by little until I have exactly what I need. This side might actually be just right. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, that's good. Focus for me. Interesting. There we go. Do you see how it's just barely flopping in there? That's what I want on all these. So let's work it. Let's work it. So one at a time, I'm literally working with each side, and I can kind of see that that one's going to be just about right. I just want it to be able to just barely fall in that ring. And I think after I get this wet, because I'm going to be really happy with that. Just like that. So I'm going to work one side at a time here. This side here, I'm just taking my pick and I'm just dragging it to the top, to that ring. And if it just barely flops in, I'm going to go with it. Just like that. Because we're going to shape it. I'm just getting it to where it needs to go. As Happy Gilmore would say, he wants to go home. Send it home. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, that's good. One more time. Get this one facing you. That one seems like it might be a little long. Let's see. And if it is, you can come in here, just do an undercut. Chop some off. Trim to size. Just take your time with it. I'm just gonna gently, man. Just gently. Yeah, that's great. Like, I'm super happy with that. So at this point, what's going on is everything's just barely catching in there. Everything. I'm happy with the build. The coils aren't touching any of the posts. That's kind of a key. You know, it's always good to come in here and just kind of go, you know, okay, that one's not touching. This corner's not touching. This corner, even if it looks close, just bump it. That's the beauty of nickel, man. Yeah, nothing's touching. I'm happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Come on. And I'm going to need the heat here. I'm going to need to fire it. I got it set at 420 degrees at 45 watts. Got some more of my juice here. It's called Big Blue. It's a blueberry cinnamon crumble yogurt. So what I'm going to do here, try and keep this in the dry. Yeah, that's great. I'm going to put some on each coil. Put a glob on there, fire it. It's going to soak it in. Now I'm going to do this a few times, just until I can see that the cotton is really taking to it. Is right now. So that's it. I'm going to stop right there. Now we're going to shape this. And how are we going to shape this? I'm going to use the long end of my pick here, and I'm going to square this up. Now, it's going to be hard to do on camera. I'm going to square this up. I'm going to make sure that I come in here right here and make sure there's stuff tucked right in that first little corner right here. But other than that, I'm going to square it up. See, I'm squaring it up. I'm going to do that on everything. I'm going to try and keep it in the shot the whole time. Can he do it? Probably not, huh? So I'm just going to go ahead, just literally squaring it up. This is no place to hurry, because you're going to put the lid on this thing and you're going to go on with your day, bro. You know what I mean? Just do the best you can. Just take your time. Great example on the front here. There we go. See how it's squared up? There's no gaps from one length of the coil to the other. There's no gaps between my wire and my cotton. That's important. Let's do it again. See if I can make sure I'm in the shot. Yeah, that's good. And I'm just going to, just like this. See that juice, you don't want it too saturated here. Cotton expands as it soaks up juice. So I don't want it too saturated here. I want to put it right where I want it and know that once it really starts soaking up that juice, it's going to expand it even just a little bit more, and it's going to fill in any little gaps that I'm seeing, which I'm seeing a couple right now. But the thing is, by squaring it up like this, I'm compressing the cotton inside of the coil as well. Just ever so gently. But by doing that, I'm really preventing any gaps between the cotton and the wire. That's great. If I keep it in the shot. So I'm pretty happy with this. Top view. And then the side view. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and proceed to put a little more juice on there. Same thing. And this pulsing action, is going to wear in the coils as well. There we go. Now we're glowing evenly. See? See any more frillies? I want to go ahead and square those up right now while I'm there. It's really where they start to poke out and show you that, you know, where they are. And also by squaring it up like this, it's going to prevent the inside of this barrel snagging your cotton and messing up whatever you just did. Let's back it up. I hope I kept that in the shot. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right here. I'm going to slide it over. Just take your time here. No big deal. There we go. And thread it. I'm confident. That's why I leave the ring on there. The ring acts as a guide as to where to put the cotton. I know it's not going to get ran around anywhere. It's going to get to a certain point. I'm going to pull this off. And I'm going to have to do this by hand here. And it takes an awful lot. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thread it back on. So one of the cool things about this, like I said, they kind of borrow from the Creus tank. As you can see, you can open and close your juice flow, which is fantastic. When you fill this like we're about to do now, close off the bottom, closed. Close off your juice channels, just like that. Simply unscrew the top and give it a fill. It's effortless, it's worry-free, and it's just awesome. It's a great design. OBS killed it with that design, and Geek Vape kind of, you know, use it in this tank. I think it's a great addition to it. Really do. Fill it all the way to the top. Just kind of be mindful you don't go down the middle. And then return the cap right back on. Now obviously you can tell right now on the go how awesome this would be. Open up the airflow and open up your juice channels. And we should immediately start to get some action here. Yeah, see? It's starting to fill up. We're good to take it back up top. We're good to take it back up top, man. Nice, we're good. So as you can see, hopefully that, like I said, hopefully that was all in the shot. And I'm hoping it was. Just give it a second, kind of wick up. But dry hits, I don't get any, you know, at all, really. Very quite pleasantly surprised by this. As far as leaking and stuff like that, none. I mean, you can the thing is if you feel it gurgling, you can shut off the airflow and get after it, but it's wide open. It can handle some serious builds. Again, 0.06, 45 watts, 425 degrees. Hopefully that's popping in there. Thick, chunky, flavorful vapor. And I can say here pretty much go non-stop from here on out. and I won't get a dry hit from it. And I've seen a lot of people, and they're saying, you know, how do you wick this thing? How do you wick this thing, man? It's that simple. I just cut it to the length of the side of this tank. I cut it there first. Bam, bam. And then what I do is I feel it out. I just push down the cotton, and if I feel like it's just gonna kind of pop into that ring, I'll leave it. And I'll just barely get it to where it holds. Then I'll put some juice on each one. On all four corners, I'll do that. And then I'll put juice on the coils, fire it in until you see the juice kind of go. When the juice starts to settle into the cotton, it becomes malleable. It's almost like clay. You can shape it pretty much any way you want. And that's where, you know, you start to do the squaring up. And after it's squared up, you're set, man. You can pull this thing off and on. That ring is going to act as a good way to balance your cotton, too. It's going to balance it right where it is, because you put it there. You did it, you know. And so wherever you put it, it's going to balance itself right there. And it's nice. It's just carefree. It's a really worry-free tank for me. And I've had a lot of fun with this. I run out of 24 gauge nichrome. I'm out, dude. Nichrome 80. I'm not ordering any because Humble's getting in some nichrome 80. They got their own special blend coming in. I'm really excited for that, so I'm going to wait for that. But if I were to do that, 3mm bit, 8 wraps, 24 gauge nichrome 80 as well, it's a great build. I really love this thing for temp control, though. It's great, man. Just heavy, dense vapor. I'll put some links in the description of where you can pick this bad boy up, man. Pick it up, check it out. Holds a lot of juice. Griffin. Big fan of Geek Vape right now. They're killing it. They're killing it. I'm excited to see what else they come up with. They kind of took the best of certain tanks and kind of molded it into one, right? But, for an affordable tank, it's pretty well made, man. Threading, pretty good. I think if I were to switch out some of the O-rings in the bag of tricks, I think it should fit a little better. But if you have hand problems, that's going to be an issue for you, man. I've been rambling way too much. It's been so killer hanging out with you guys again. Many, many more videos. I've been testing a lot of stuff over the last while. I've been getting in some products that were done. So, you know, they would send them in, and then all of a sudden they'd come out with a version 2 while I was testing it, and it was like instant, and I don't do that shit, and like, I won't even review it, you know, so I wasted a lot of time on quite a few products. I won't do it. I want the final version, because that's going to be the version you're going to get, you know what I mean? That's going to be the one you're going to get, so, but anyway, I got some cool stuff coming up, man. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. Everyday Ghost, man. Shout out to Nate for the cape. Cape's sick, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to email me at tjvapingreviews@aol.com or simply comment down below, man. I try to get back to everybody the best I possibly can. Let's end this with the M in classic form. No way, we're going Griffin today, baby. Yeah. See you guys. Blessings.